what they are doing, they are supported. You cannot say that they have not supported the matching staff they are giving him. 2 assistant coaches, they gave him a set pick coach, they brought in sporting directors. Now, the Hag even is saying that he's been talking to the press, saying that they need to buy more players and all that. But now, the Hag doesn't have any excuse, John.
Yeah, he doesn't have any excuse. If you look at the signings they've made for the squad, the signings have impacted the backroom staff. The signings have also helped him in terms of support for him in the backroom team. He has his mostly nationals from the Dutch side, right? And so you talk about Van Nistelrooy, who is Dutch. You talk about the Hake, happy man.
Also, SSP coach. If Arsenal brought in an SSP coach last season, and you could see the wonders happen at Arsenal. They scored the highest set piece game goals last season. Now they have brought another set piece for Manchester United. What do you make about this?
It's called Man United pool power. This man is a coach somewhere else, coaching the first team somewhere else. I think it's Lillestorm or so, and he's been called to Man United, and with immediate effect, he dropped it. It's called Man United pool power. I'm not saying Ten Hag has an excuse or doesn't have an excuse. That's not up to me to sit here and decide if he has an excuse for next season. It's a build period. Everybody needs to put all hands on deck, and the Ineos team knows it, that for a coach to excel, you need time, and they've given him 2 years, maybe 2 years to build, and they've given him all the necessary, not all, perhaps you won't say all now, they've given him but he rejected it for mine to be an assistant coach at Man United. Rene Ake, go ahead, ego. Now this man at Lillestorm, fantastic. I say it's a good one for the Ineos. It's not about Ten Hag excuse or no excuse. Ten Hag is a good coach, because if you look at every other person's first 2 seasons, all the rivals' first 2 seasons, they never had their hands on trophies. Ten Hag first 2 seasons, he has his hand on trophies. So you can't. I'm not going to compare him with the likes of Pep or Klopp or the Arteta's. I'm just going to say he's a man that has stood out. He has won trophies. Cut him some slack. Give him the respect he deserves. He has injury crisis, and that was the first season he had the highest number of injury crises, and everybody's putting the blame on him. You can't put the blame of injuries on a coach that has done well, and even with the likes of those injuries, he went on to win trophies. So I'm saying Ten Hag next season would expect to do more. Finish top 2, finish top 3.
Top 2?
Top 2, top 3 is yet to be seen, but he would try. Like I said, he would try.
I like this faith. It's going to lead to premium tier, so I'm here for it.
Okay, let's see what happens with but they are bringing a whole lot of backroom staff. I don't think he has an excuse. If anything goes wrong, I don't know, probably they will let him go. But another player that was talking that in that yesterday game is Harry Maguire. He came back to say that based on what he's hearing, that Manchester United is going to keep him no matter who they buy. So every season, every year, maybe from past 2-3 seasons, he's always linked a move away from Manchester United. But he's saying that he's going to stay there and fight. He wants to win trophies with Manchester United. But they are buying. If they're going to get Delete and other defenders, probably you move down the pecking order.
Obviously.
But when it happened last season, somehow he came in and fought for his shirt and won. Probably played because of injury.
We're talking about that. Look at Man United spend 80 million and drop him on the bench. It's not overwhelmed him. To be a captain at the side of Man United just after 1 year of your arrival overwhelmed him, and from where he's played,
a lot of expectation,
something like that. A lot of pressure. You saw him in the sea. You disagree or not? Look at the season before that and look at the season.
I disagree. It's not a captain ban. If you look at Maguire, where he was coming from, he had the band, he had the responsibility.
He was coming from Leicester with the band.
Irrespective.
And Man United in his first season was one of the best Premier League defense, because at some point they felt like he and Van Dijk were doing almost the same thing. He was good on the ball playing aspect. He was good defensively without the band, and so for some reason the pressure just kept building after they gave him the pressure. I disagree. I disagree or not. Facts are there.
He came under a lot of criticism when he made a couple of glaring mistakes
under
last season.
the badge.
Irrespective of the badge, I don't think it's
Under
the badge.
the band.
Critics are there, the pundits are there, and it doesn't do you any good for your mental health either. So you can't sit here and tell me it was the band. I disagree, because he has not stopped leading that side even without the band. That's the person Maguire is. I just feel like him coming out to say that he wants to stay and fight for his place is just a little bit delusional. He should be looking to leave Manchester United and go elsewhere.
Do you know?
The other clubs looking in for him too.
Do you know something about the band is you give the captain band. Look at the way when Bruno Fernandes. I'm not saying Bruno Fernandes is a good captain because he complains a lot. He cries.
He moans a lot on the pitch. That's not somebody you give a band.
I prefer Scotty because he has the attitude of Roy Keane.
Scotty can't be.
No, he can't be the captain, but he has the attitude of Roy Keane around him. He's a workhorse. I prefer him to be a captain than Bruno because Bruno moans a lot. Rashford could be a better captain, but he's just too quiet. Maguire is too quiet. You see your teammates fighting. You see the captains Man United has had. You see the captains Liverpool and Chelsea has had. Your teammate is on the floor. You're the first person to meet the referee. Complain to the referee. Shout at the referee if possible. Fight at the referee.
That doesn't speak of
now for Maguire, your team are fighting for a cause and you're far off at the back, folding your hands and keeping quiet. Now that was where the criticism started. And now you see that after they've taken the captain back away from him, his performance on the pitch has increased. His performance on training has increased. The way he communicates with players has also increased.
It's not because of the band. They increased because he
was the captain. What was his performance rating like? Before he became the captain, look at just put them side by side.
When it came to this that are not on the board, one
is not about
you're not looking at the critics, you're not looking at the pundits, you're not looking at the criticism time to work on himself behind the scenes. You're not talking about that aspect, you're just looking at ban, no ban, and that's kind of basic for me.
Let's see what happens with Maguire, because I think he's a good defender. He had his own ups and downs. Today they are going to play in a friendly game against Arsenal by 1 a.m. What would you make of that game? Even though it's a friendly game, but you understand that
you should be aware.
Trophy. I think Man United won last year friendly game and said Ten Hag instigated to Arteta, let's play, and Arsenal I think went on to win the Community Shield last season against Man City in a penalty shootout. So I think all credits to Man United for that trophy run. But now look at Man United and Arsenal today. United will be looking to promote more players into the first team side this summer. So I think with that aspect, they want to play more of their academic graduates, and Arsenal also looking to play some academic graduates in their own side as well.
Okay, guys, remember we are live on YouTube. We're on YouTube at Vote FN Sports. We are live now on YouTube. Go there, drop your comments. We are going to bring your comments live here in the studio. You can also call us on the number 0706 048 5853. Tell us, we have a whole lot of friendly games. The Olympics game, we have a whole lot of friendly games. Liverpool played. Chelsea is playing Celtic by 9. Manchester City is playing AC Milan. Arsenal versus Manchester United. West Ham versus Wolves. So let's talk about Arsenal. Arsenal, even though it's a friendly game, do you think they have what it takes to wrestle that league from Manchester City, John?
Okay,
because they are buying, both of them are buying. They are
irrespective of the buying. The only team that should be contending is Arsenal, because Manchester United are not yet ready. It will take them maybe 2 years to be in contention, and I don't see that happening anytime soon.
Okay, Manchester United is playing AC Milan at some point by 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
So it's a friendly game, though. Pep has been talking. He has been talking. He is saying in his press conference that he has stayed 8 years at Manchester City. He's not saying that he's going to stay another 8 years in Manchester United, but Manchester City. But at some point, he's going to be leaving. He didn't say particularly when, but he said that he's not going to stay another 8 years. What do you make of that? Because he has actually conquered Premier League. He's probably conquered all the leagues he went to, but what is the impact of?
He set one and broken all the other records in the league, no doubt. If you talk about the way he raises it as year in, year out, he's on point. If you talk about his trophy haul, is on point. So he's a fantastic manager who's done a phenomenal job in the Premier League. And up that one team in England that has over 90 points. And Pep came in and took it. We saw it happen. We saw it happen again. And it's just from strength to strength, if you ask me. So I think he's done a fantastic job.
Okay, finally, let's talk about Chelsea. Chelsea plays Celtic by 9 o'clock. I know Chelsea fans will be wondering when they are going to play. They are playing 9 o'clock. They're defending a game against Chelsea. They are going to try a lot of youngsters. If you look at Chelsea, apart from Enzo and a couple of players, they probably have a full squad because most of their squad did not go for the Euros or the Copa America. But how do you see that game pan out today? Because that last game, they played a 3-4-3. But do you think that should continue? Or probably let's see what he's going to be playing today, also.
A team that is traveling with just, I'm still saying it. I don't know how people
Also,
see the Chelsea side.
Hello, good morning. Good morning. Name and location, please.
Good morning.
Good morning. Joseph, can you speak up, please?
Hello?
Okay, I can hear you now. Okay.
Okay. I want to know about the transfer of Mayu now.
Okay, now you have not really made another transfer, but they are talking about a right back now. They have moved from Dumfries to Mazraoui. They are trying to talk to him.
Okay, what of the issue of this Gerrard for Everton and Delight and this Nkati for Paris? Are they making any move concerning those players?
Okay, Brightweight, no,
Those moves are on hold for now.
They are not making. They are looking at delete now.
Don't forget about delete and wait for that Brightweight now.
It depends on what they are doing. They want to plan to do this summer, so let's watch and see what they are going to do. But I think they are going to get one more defender.
What of Wan-Bissaka? Is he still leaving Scott?
They are talking. Probably he might leave, he might not leave, because in the next couple of days, maybe 2 or 3 days, we will know what's going to be happening with Wan-Bissaka.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Now you mentioned it. They are talking to Bayern Munich for delete because they share the same agent. Delete Mazraoui. They are sharing the same agent. So probably Manchester United is looking at him to bring him to Manchester United, but it depends on what happened to Wan-Bissaka. If Wan-Bissaka is staying, then there is no need. But if he's leaving, they are looking either Dumfries or this Bayern guy. Who do you think that is best for Manchester United to buy? If you look at both of them, the way they play, and also.
For me, Dumfries he's having issues with Inter Milan fan base and AC Milan fan base in general. They share the same stadium, so he's having issues with them. And I think he would be looking for a way out. England is his possible option, but I don't think Man United are looking to build a Dutch national team on their side because there is this Mazraoui who we know has played for Ten Hag before, and he's a good player, young as well. But now the story is Wan-Bissaka leaving? Will they use Wan-Bissaka to complete the deal for Dumfries? Or will Mazraoui come in and Wan-Bissaka will go to West Ham? Now it's up to Wan-Bissaka to decide if he wants to still play in the Premier League or perhaps move to somewhere else and perhaps perform there.
The link came out yesterday. The talk came out today, John, about Mazraoui. If you look at it, he didn't play much for Bayern Munich. Because
he's not been playing at all.
He's playing on that particular wing he's playing. So he started on the bench. He came from Ajax. He was a prospect when he played for Ajax. He was, but when he came to Bayern Munich, I don't know where he was thinking to go. Sometimes when these young players go to big clubs, I don't think they make these calculations well.
I'm just going to say the heart wants what the heart wants, irrespective of if that's good enough for it or bad for it. They just want it. So you look at all the players that came out from that Ajax class. You talk about Ziyech, you talk about De Jong, you talk about Van de Beek, you talk about Mata is the lead. You talk about all these players, and they go where they want, even if it's glaring to them that you are not going to start here. They just want to go there. Some of them, I don't know. Would we say maybe now it was a dream to play for Bayern Munich, but it's not panning out, okay? And sometimes, even if your agent is telling you, look, you're not going to get game time, you just want to go. And
the dream is to go and win trophies. Either you play or you don't. Whenever you look at the trophy hall, your name is there. And I think that was what many of them fell for. I think that was what Delete fell for when he went to Juventus. That was what Frankie de Jong went for when he went to Barcelona. That was what Ziyech felt like when he chose Chelsea ahead of every other top teams, because I think at that time there was a Bayern Munich looking for him, there was a Juventus looking for him, there was an Arsenal looking for him at that time. But after Arsenal lose out of him, they went out to get the Nicolas Pepe that came to show Arsenal Pepe.
So if you are Manchester United, which defender right back will you be looking out for?
See,
if you look at both of them, the way they play.
I've said this before. Keep Wan-Bissaka.
And
get a Dumfries.
So what happened to
what happened to Dalot and
Dalot will still play. I'm saying it's the Premier League, and Man United will be playing in Europe. It's the Premier League, the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, the European, the Continentals, and what's it called? Nico Williams, and Nico Williams, yeah, plays for Rico Lewis, not Williams. Rico Lewis plays as a right back for Man City. He also plays as left back. He plays as defensive midfielder. Now he's on the bench. There are other players on the bench for Man City that nobody is talking about. We have many players that we don't even know their names on the bench.
Okay, let's take this call. Hello, good morning. Okay, Joseph. Okay.
Right back. Wan-Bissaka might.
Oh, okay. They should sell one of them. Oh, wow. Oh. But they are looking to sell Wan-Bissaka, actually. Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
Okay. Now, see, let's look at the stats between the two of them. Last season, I think Wan-Bissaka played
Wan-Bissaka and
Dumfries. Look at it. For the past 30 games for Wan-Bissaka, he scored 3 goals. Goals involvement was 3, and tackles was 1.9. That's the accuracy. Now for Dumfries, for 36 games, he had 10 goals involvement. And the coach is telling he wants to play attacking football. So definitely, I believe that Wan-Bissaka will be sitting on the bench. Maybe a Dalot will be starting alongside him. And this is the coach that came out yesterday also, before a press conference yesterday, before the Arsenal game, and told the fans that it's not about competing with Man City. If you want to compete to win the league, you need to have squad depth. His words, not mine. And he said Man United has gotten 2 players already, and he's looking to get even more because his list of players is long. And I think he's looking for a way to do a total overhaul. Pep Guardiola did it for Man City. This man is looking for a way to do a total overhaul at Arsenal. At Man United. But the Woodward didn't allow it happen last time. Now the Ineos team are buying into that option now, and I think they are looking at a total overhaul. The only person,
you can't do a total overhaul when you still have bags of players on the team that are not fitting into the
It's gradual. Pep Guardiola did it gradually, 3 years.
Let's not forget.
So it's
gradual. Not forget that while we are bringing players in being crucial, keeping squad depth being crucial, let's not forget that there is a third layer to this conversation we are not looking at, which is the atmosphere in the backroom team. When you have a couple of players that are not playing, just idling away on the bench, now there's no offer coming in for you.
They are leaving.
You are sitting on the bench.
Now look at it now. Wan-Bissaka now has a 1-year contract left on him next year, and they don't want to let him go for free. That's why they are looking to swap him in for a player. You get Harry Maguire is saying he's happy with the conversation he's had with the coach and the board members, that he wants to stay, that they are looking that he's a happy person to stay in the team. He has just 1 year left on his contract.
1 year left on his contract.
Are you seeing it? So
yeah,
if they're not going to sell these players now, which we know is a total overhaul, either way,
they are going to live on a free.
We're going to live on a free. Some of these players might live on a free. Scotty is another player that has had a discussion with the coach, and Ten Hag has come out to say that he is a good player to have on the bench. And he's agreed to play on the bench, but he wants to get playtime because he's the next captain for Scotland. So therefore, he would be looking for an option out as well. So you see that all these players that we keep listing, Rashford has about 2 years on his contract. So it's that all these players, after you list all the players at Man United, if you look at it stylishly, Ten Hag has brought in a first 11 with some style. He has brought in a first 11. At some point, Luke Shaw might be looking to get out of the team. And I'm hearing rumors of Ben Chilwell, who has more injury crisis, who has more injury ratings than Chilwell. So it's not going to be possible for them to. So I think it's a total overhaul, but it's going to take time. And it's just 2 years already for Ten Hag, and half of those players has left.
Okay, let's see what happens with Manchester United. Manchester United, they have been planning since the season ended. They want to wrestle that league, probably get top four, then probably talk about winning the league the next season. But let's see the time they are going to give the Hag and what will happen to Manchester United. Okay, guys, we are going to go on a quick short break. When we come back, we'll talk about other transfers and the Olympics.
Stay plugged into the flow. Follow Volt FM on Facebook at Volt 1043 FM. Let's vibe together.
No worry about this. But it's still, I'm seeing his plan now.
Hello, Enugu. Have you heard? Volt 104.3 FM.
I have one comment. Okay, the guy went out.
A chance to be heard and to be known. Let us help you advertise your business for as low as 2,500 naira per spot. And if you pay 50,000 naira for 20 spots, we will give you 10 spots for free. For more inquiries, visit Volt 104.3 FM at 64 Osobolo Street by ESPS Junction in or call our marketers on 0815 628 5384 or 0816 215 5195.
Volt 104.3 FM.
Okay, guys, welcome back to the show. We're going to let's talk about Chelsea. Chelsea is playing a friendly game on Celtic by 9 o'clock. What do you make of that? Because we are trying to find out what Chelsea is going to be playing, their style of play. They play the 4-3-3. What do you think that is going to be happening with Chelsea? Do you think that they're going to give Maresca time to build, or they want trophies, quick trophies like Abramovich used to do with Chelsea? What's
it called? Todd Bowley is not looking for a quick fire trophy. This is the same thing that happened with Arsenal in the first stage of the new board. Forgotten his name now. After he took over, something happened at Arsenal that we didn't expect. Clubs move money from wherever they've invested before to support a project and expect to build on that project. And I think that's what Chelsea are doing now. They are moving money to Chelsea to build on Chelsea's project and perhaps see if Chelsea could be great again. Abramovich's first 5 years or first 3 years as a Chelsea owner didn't really go
as planned.
Yeah, because everybody's singing his praises now because after we started receiving trophies. He came into the fold in 2000 or in 19, I think it was 1998.
I think 1 year, no, he bought it about in 2000 after he was there when the Leicester coach, the former Leicester coach that won,
Ranieri.
when was there. After 1 year or 2 years, he sacked him and then brought in Jose Mourinho and then won that league. So let's see what happened with Chelsea. But I think that probably they have to give me one more. Probably 1 year. I don't know why they sacked Pochettino. I was feeling that probably they should have kept Pochettino at least one more season and see what happens. But they decided to sack Pochettino, and let's see what happens with Chelsea. If they get more players, if they buy more players, and
I think this season, if Chelsea suffer a poor season, the board would have gotten their result for sacking Pochettino.
Okay, guys, remember we are live on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. You can also call the number 0706 048 5853. 0706 048 5853. Okay, guys, let's talk about Olympics. Olympics is happening today. They played the first Olympics game, and we saw that we like call it a scandal that happened in that field against Argentina. After 2 hours later, they came back to do a VAR. Then they canceled that goal for Argentina. It has been causing controversies. Everybody has been talking about it for the past 3 days. But we talked about it on the show. But generally, when you went home to think about it again, what do you make of that decision before we move to today's features?
See, it's a clear-cut, should I say, circles game now. Because you look at that and you say, this guy, maybe in the build-up play, he was offside. But they didn't show you they showed you in the fast play, and you're seeing that he was not offside. VAR was probably wrong.
Even if he was offside, the contention is that after 2 hours, the both teams
If
say that
I-
they want to come back and play.
No, it's not the
But it's
both
like they
team.
forced them out to play,
It's not-
and they
it's-
reviewed it and gave an offside.
It's not that the both team. I think before the review, immediately after the goal, because look at it, you gave a 15 minutes extra time. When person got to say nobody died for pitch, they give 16 minutes extra time. You get 15
That's
minutes
another
extra.
issue for me.
You get 15 minutes extra time. The fans were already angry at that. Then they scored a goal in the 16th or 17th minute. They invaded the pitch. You've not even blown the final whistle when the fans invaded the pitch. So it tells you that the fans were angry for your decisions. All decision throughout that game was just off. And after the equalizer, because there were some fouls that was thrown that the referee didn't give the Moroccan side. So you look at that game, you went to go again, play the games again, look at the full game again, and see that there were some events that happened in that game that could have gone in favor of Morocco, but the referee didn't give it. And the fans were already angry. And after that, they came into the pitch after Argentina equalized. And that was the end of it for me. And the referee hasn't blown his final whistle yet.
Okay,
And
let's see
according
what-
to people, you play to the whistle. And they have to come back and finish the last 3 minutes of the game.
Okay. Today's features is Dominican Republic and Spain. They are playing by 2:00. Uzbekistan and Egypt by 4:00. Argentina versus Iraq. Ukraine versus Morocco. New Zealand versus USA. France versus Guinea. Israel versus Paraguay, and Japan versus Mali. Okay, let's talk about Argentina versus Iraq. Okay, let's talk about our African countries because they won their first game. Ukraine versus Morocco. This game, if the Morocco wins the next game, they are in the knockout stages. Do you think that they can go all the way to make Africans proud, John?
I think they have it within them to give it their best. I can't say about them. It would really depend on who they meet in the knockout stages. That's just the thing for me. But they've done well to defend themselves the way they've played, and I think they can go far. But if they meet a top side, man, they are going out.
You know, the project Making Morocco Great Again didn't just start in 2018.
Of course, it did.
It didn't start in 2016 either. It started in 2013. Now, this is a project after losing out on 2 World Cups. They went to the 2018 World Cups and they went to this recent World Cup in 2022. And you see how they've progressed so far. So a project that started in maybe 2013 or 2012. Look at where it's landed them. You understand? In short, I think it was in 2008 this project started because they missed 2010 World Cup and 2014 World Cups. Now they went to 2018. So you see that they've missed 2 and they are now back to making Morocco great. And they're building new stadiums. And this is a team that shares boundary with Spain. Most of their players speak Spanish. Most of their players play for the Spanish La Liga and the Division 2 in Spain. And they've grown themselves so much that they know that football is the end thing. But they don't have that money to invest in, like the Saudi side now that invest in bringing other top players to the country. Now they don't have that money, so they have to do what? Get coaches that are smart enough to groom the homegrown talent, and that's where the end game is. Start from the streets, start from the young age, and grow talent. And I think that's what they've been doing all through the past 10 years, and they've been getting it right all along.
Okay, France versus Guinea, another African country representing us, but France is a stronghold indeed. They are a strong team.
They are
Do you think
favorites, though.
they can get a result? Guinea can get a result against France?
The only result Guinea can get is a goal.
They are
Maybe a goal. Come on, the France side, even after clubs kept pulling out players from the France side, they still have a side that could go on to torment every defensive hold. So maybe if the Guinea side come out to play progressive football, come out to play attacking football, they might get a result as maybe a 1-1 draw, or they get a goal and lose like 2-1. But if they say let them defend, they'll run them riots, man.
John, Egypt are playing today.
Yeah, I think I would love to see that game because Egypt are a good side. They have a lot of young talent in that team, and they are one to watch for me. If you ask me, it would have to be between Morocco and Egypt to be the strong contenders to represent Africa there, and with a chance of going to the later stages. So I'm looking forward to that match.
Okay, guys, remember we are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports, or you can call us the number in the studio. Call us here and tell us what you think. Nigeria women are playing tomorrow. Call us and tell us what you think about that game. The number to call is 0706 048 5853. Okay, guys, let's move to the women game. First, let's talk about Nigeria. Nigeria is playing Spain. Oh my, it go hot tomorrow. That group is a group of death. They put Nigeria in a group of death. They played Brazil. Nobody expected them to win Brazil, in quote. But they lost that game. Now they are playing Spain. Spain are the European champions. So what do you make of that game? Let's analyze this game.
Spain are the European champions. Now this team win the Euros. Nah, man, calm down. I mean, this team are just 11 against.
They are the under 20, under 23.
Under 23.
Yes.
This team now against under 23 with a couple of maybe experienced players, 30, 40 years, maybe 2 or 3 of them on the pitch. This team is about 11 against 11. We saw that Aisha is no longer playing for this side. Maybe in the next World Cup she might come back and play. But for this side now, she's not there. They lack creativity. They did not in the last game. They did not create noise. Let's say okay, it's the Brazil effect. They cannot create any noise. But creating chances matters in games. Even if you're not going to bury those chances, once you create 1, create 2, create 3, and you miss those chances, your opponent begins to fear you coming out to play. They sit back. They're not becoming conscious. And I think against the Spanish side, they want to run on the riots. They want to run around the field. But I think the Spanish side don't have the pace to outrun the Super Falcons. So they would have to wait, conserve their energy, and play the tiki-taka they want to play. And Nigerians will have to hit on the brake. If you can't create noise by playing progressive attacking football, defend and play counter-attack football, you create chances that way. And I think if Nigeria plays that way, they also cause problem.
Hello, good morning. Name and location, please.
Okay, Ojuku online.
Okay, Ojuku. Where are you calling from, Ojuku?
I'm calling near the office there now, Omokwa Street.
Okay, what's your contribution, Ojuku?
Yeah, I want to ask about the former coach. I heard that Mayu hired, former Arsenal coach, that Mayu hired again. What is he coming to do again?
What that's one of the medical doctors.
Okay.
That was one of the famous, that was last season. They're not hiring anybody from Arsenal this time around.
Okay, last season.
That was last season.
I saw it on news last night.
The medical doctor. The new coach they're hiring is a set piece coach.
George Godson.
Yes. He's a set piece coach.
Andres Johnson, set piece coach.
It's all right. You people are doing well.
Thank you very much.
I'm always listening, but I'm trying to forward. It's hard to get. Let me try this morning to know if I can get it.
Sorry about that. It's probably his network.
Okay, no problem. Anytime soon I will enter inside because I'm even seeing you people there now.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for your contribution. Man, you got the set pick coach again. They are trying to build a great
formidable team.
A formidable team, but I know Pep is still there. Everybody
team.
We need to join together. All of us come together. Let's beg Pep to leave.
He's not going anytime soon. He's not going anytime soon.
He will stay out of fish here.
Lie.
Okay, remember guys, we are live on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. We have a comment there. Oyebuchi is saying we are unlucky to lose. Okay, we are unlucky to lose to the Brazil. Nigeria, we are better. Did you all see that game? Okay, he's also saying I believe our ladies can get a result versus Spain. Okay, let's hope they get a result versus Spain. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, gentlemen in Vote FM Sports.
Okay.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
I greet you all. My name is Sonia Vitalis. You go check the Stafford Bridge.
Oh, okay.
Normally.
Yes. Please, when the Chelsea game today? What exactly time?
By 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
Okay.
I guess Celtic.
Celtic, yes.
Okay, I trust my club because we are progressing small. And we know we have a new coach, Enzo Masaka.
Okay, so, let's see what he's going to be doing this season then.
Yeah, we are going to give him a chance to at least to develop Chelsea very well. Okay. I know we are going to do well. For Nigeria, Falcon against Brazil, they did well. It's not easy. Even Brazil know that they enter lion mouth.
Okay.
Yes, the Nigerian Falcon played very well. They played well against Brazil. Even Brazil self, sometimes they gas up. They bring the shave because Nigeria just match them very well. Hello.
I'm hearing you.
Okay. By the grace of God, against Spain tomorrow, if they use that leg against Brazil and match Spain will hear it. Okay. And I strongly believe Nigeria will qualify.
Amen.
Will qualify, yes, will qualify.
Thank you very much.
League is Chelsea on this time because we are not missing anybody this time.
Okay,
we are going to carry league. I bet Manchester United should come and carry Ben Chilwell.
Yeah, you know, so we have been giving the better player, the Mason Mount better player. They should come and carry him.
They
so
don't
that
want.
he have space.
They don't want.
And I mean, they want this one. Oh.
They don't want.
Left-footed player. So they should come and
Come
carry
on. And I want to send an injury, give Man U.
We'll got price for them. Oh. They should come and carry
No, even if not
5 million, 20.
5 million pounds, Man U don't get.
Okay, thank you for your contribution.
Okay, my dear. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Bye. Okay, you want them to sell Chelsea? Man, you will not buy any player from
Chelsea never again.
It will not happen again.
Never again.
Okay, we are saying about Nigeria, Spain. No,
like he said, if they could match that energy, Nigerians have I think the Super Falcons have the energy to run the pitch 90 minutes, but it's just that creativity they lack. So if you can sit back, defend well, and hit on the break, you get a result. But if you say you want to come out and play tiki-taka like Spain,
like just have play tiki-taka.
If you want play go football, you go lose. Oh. See, I believe the Spanish side, I think something Thierry Henry said was, I'll quote him now, he said, the Spanish side, when they want to select a squad, they don't select your physical ability, the way you run, how you can burn energy, all of that. They select your ability to scout for the necessary passes, put yourself in the right position. So they select you by your brain ability, the ability of your brain, before they start selecting the ability of your footwork. It's what your brain can do. And if you look at the Spain side that he was referring to, was the David Silvas and the Xavi, Iniestas and all of that. That even in the current Spain side, you have a Fabian Ruiz and Pedri and Rodri, that before they take a pass from you, they will scout to see if they're in the best position for that pass. And they will know that once the pass gets to them, they're giving it to the next possible best position, best players, sitting in the best position to take a pass. So that is what they do. They position themselves well for every pass and they make a run for it.
What's your prediction for that game?
So for me now, it's a dicey one. I can't make any predictions.
Come on,
I can't make any predictions. I will be biased if I say Nigeria will win that game.
Yeah, I'm just saying Nigeria.
No, I'm saying it's a draw. A goalless draw all the way, or perhaps a 1-1 draw.
John, what do you think about that game?
Spain winning it.
Spain winning it. You are not in Nigeria. We are going to in fact.
We can't send him on exile, but
okay. The other games happening in the women's game is Brazil versus Japan, Spain versus Nigeria. That's 6 o'clock. New Zealand versus Colombia 6 o'clock. France, Canada, Australia versus Zambia, and USA versus Germany. Let's talk about USA versus Germany because that's the game to look out for. You can talk about France too, but let's talk about USA versus Germany, John. USA and Brazil, when you talk about women football, they are the pinnacle of they have reached the height of it. They won more World Cups, and they and Brazil won World Cup. So that game is going to be a tough game for USA. But how do you see that game panning out?
It's going to be a tough game, but you have to give it to the German side. I know we are not talking about the same German side that we saw at the Euros, but you have to give it to them because they had a lot of young players. A couple of them may or may not be in the side, but they are still a strong side, irrespective. So it's going to be a close encounter, if you ask me. And I think maybe USA might edge it, but you never say.
Also, France versus Canada. Make your prediction for USA versus Germany.
Germany.
What's your scoreline?
2-1.
Okay, so let's talk about France. France versus Canada, because they are the host nation. So how do you see that game panning out?
France, Paris, Canadian side though, I'm not gonna lie. The Canadian side have always done wonders. You see many of their they've always done wonders. They don't really get to the finals, but they always get to meet the big boys at the middle of the pitch. They always get to play with the intention of winning the game. They're not this type of. I've seen this Canadian side from the time of Tomari playing in the under 21. Perhaps after he left England on the 21 camp and joined the Canadian side, I felt like that mentality shifted to all the Canadian sides in football. It's 11 against 11. You don't need to fear them. They play for big clubs. We know they play for the top teams in Europe. We know they play for the top teams across the world. We know. But we need to show them that we are also a side that could compete.
Okay, let's take this call again. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
Frederick from Blafa.
Okay, Frederick. What's your contribution, Frederick?
Not Frederick. Pedro.
Oh, Pedro. Sorry, Pedro.
Yes. Talking about our former coach.
Okay,
We
Pochettino.
did not sack him. You people say we sack him, but we did not sack him. We left on the neutral agreement.
I
And yes, we did not sack.
Okay.
And for the coach that I did not like the way they sacked him is Watson.
come
Yes.
again.
Hello.
Come again, what did you say?
We didn't
You
hear what
said
you
you told
just
us you
said.
don't like the way they sack results.
Yes, I did not like the way they sacked him. No man, that is the problem we have. So
Okay.
they should go and beg that man. If not, we will not progress.
Okay.
But that man could have, yes. And for Nigeria match, let's put.
Uh,
Let Nigeria play the defensive game. They want to win that match. They should not come out and play the way they come out to play Brazil.
okay.
So if they go and go, they should just let go shop. Because that Spain side, they are very stubborn and they can score you go at any time.
Okay. Thank you for your
And for
contribution.
Nigeria,
Okay.
for Chelsea match today,
Just yes.
9 p.m.
Yeah, 9
Yes.
p.m. versus Celtic.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for your contribution.
He said the manager he did not like the way they sacked was Thomas Tuchel. That they should go
Okay.
and beg him.
Oh, okay. Okay. Let's see what happens with Chelsea this season. Let's talk about probably 1 minute about our African representative. They are playing Australia. That is Zambia, the women team. Let's get your prediction for that, John.
Zambia. I think they should be able to get a tie in that match.
A draw is fine. Okay, let's move on to other transfers. Remember, guys, the number to call to give us a contribution about Nigeria versus Spain is 0706 048 5853. Call us and tell us what you think about that game tomorrow. Okay, there's new development for Dubik. You know, he is one. They were talking to Atletico Madrid at some point, but the agent came out yesterday and said that they looked at the proposal that Atletico Madrid gave them. First, they didn't like the Sporting, the direction
project,
of
yes.
the project of the Sporting side of Atletico in. Then secondly, they offered him less money. Now they are talking to Roma. So he's now probably small thing for them to agree this deal with Roma. Now, do you think it's a right move? That was confusing for me. Atletico Madrid is a big team compared to Roma.
Sure.
Do you understand? But is it because of the money? Because this boy is the top scorer for last season, or second top scorer, either one or two. But now he's going to be moving to Roma. Do you think it's a good sporting direction for him to go? Because everybody is looking at him. He's a big star now.
You know, there are so many angles to this story. One of the angles to this story is maybe they are using Roma as a bit to get
More from Atletico.
so that's an angle. But then if you look at it, he's already adjusted to the La Liga. Nothing is promised in Serie A. Serie A is more physical. So I don't know, he has to decide if he wants to play and win titles in Atletico with the Atletico side, or he wants to go and struggle in Italy. It's up to him.
So what do you make of that move?
The Rossi effect. We were saying the other day that Atletico Madrid had an assistant manager or perhaps a new striking coach. I'm talking about Torres. He's back in the fold and he wants to help the team groom strikers. But we're forgetting that the head coach is someone that he has, perhaps the agent knows, they've made contact with him, has seen him play. He's a legend. You understand? If you're talking about legends in the game now, people remember Diego Simeone, but not really that much. When you talk about De Rossi, his loyalty to players, his loyalty to the club, and this is a message you can preach to a young player. I was loyal to my club. I fought with my club. I'll give you a chance to fight for this great club called Roma, so you can lift us to the next stage of our career. And we're going in the positive direction. We'll be playing this, we'll be doing this, we'll be in the Serie A, you will be starting for us. So De Rossi has the effect of convincing him more than the assistant coach somewhere in Spain. Okay. So the message is De Rossi made direct contact with the player and he's calm before even talking to
but they are talking about the money.
Sure, which is also another
how do you think Girona or Roma is going to pay more than Atletico Madrid?
I think they can, because they don't have any superstar or big player on a big salary there, so they can afford to pay better, unless it's a stunt to get Atletico to up their
defense. I'm telling you, the defense line in Roma is earning big already.
Okay, let's move over from the transfer. Let's talk about Bundesliga in general. Liverpool won the league last season. Now, Bayern Munich are buying players too. Okay, let's take this call before. Hello, good morning.
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Please turn down the volume on your radio set, please.
I done it.
Okay. What's your name and
That's your
location?
call back.
Okay, all right.
Please, I want to know whether Petrovic, talking about Petrovic, is he leaving or is he staying at Chelsea?
Petrovic, okay, he's injured for now, so nobody is. Probably they can't sell an injured player.
Okay, he's injured.
Yes, he's injured. Yes.
Okay. Is that the reason why they're not taking to the season?
Maybe.
Because I heard that the coach say is not in his
Plans.
is not in his plan. That he's going for a new goalkeeper.
Yes,
I don't understand what that coach is doing. No. He should just leave that man for us. That's it. I don't like that Sanchez. Instead of Petrovic to leave, Sanchez to leave.
Oh, well,
Thank you.
thank you very much. It's his choice, but they are going to buy a new goalkeeper from Villarreal. The deal is almost complete. So let's see what happens with that deal when it comes. We're going to know who is going to be number one because that guy played 36 games. Philip, I don't think that he can come and stay on the bench. But let's see what Chelsea is going to do with their goalkeeper. Okay, let's talk about Bundesliga. Probably just 2 minutes. Tar is still waiting for Bayern Munich to get. He has been dreaming to go to Bayern Munich probably for 3 or 4 years now. Now they are trying to. It didn't say that Bayern Munich is trying to weaken Leverkusen or it's just normally they buy players from everywhere.
Those talks have been in the books from 2019.
It's been a while.
To Bayern Munich, and every year the deal falls through for some reasons we don't know. Maybe in the delivery of paperwork or so. But this time around, I think they are looking to. I've said this. Company likes to play a 4-4-2 formation. Now, for him to play 4-4-2 formation, he needs to get all his fullbacks in the right places, all his defenders, centre backs in the right places, and all the midfielders he needs. He doesn't want to play, I am playing left back today, let me play right back tomorrow, let me play defensive midfield next week. That's why they're telling you that the likes of Kimmich and Goretzka might not be playing in the Bayern Munich side next season.
Yeah.
And if they will not be playing in the Bayern Munich side next season, I believe West Ham United should be going for Goretzka because they lack that attacking prospect. And if Paqueta is leaving for loan because of his gambling scheme at what's it called, he will be leaving for loan in Brazil. I think it's right to bring in Goretzka into the fold.
West Ham.
Definitely.
Okay, let's get your prediction. Do you think that Bayern Munich can wrestle that league away from?
It will take time, 2 years maybe, but not this season. Even this season itself, we've seen the Leipzig side building a formidable team. The Dortmund side, though the coach has left after the Champions League finals, he left. They brought another person who is making silent moves. So you say that the Dortmund side will be competing for the trophy. The Leipzig side will be Hoffenheim also is making.
But if you ask me, I think the Bundesliga is going to be a 2-horse race. It's going to be Bayern Munich versus Leverkusen, and the rest of the team trying to.
And you're writing off Dortmund.
Do you think they can repeat what they did with Leverkusen again, going unbeaten?
Lightning doesn't strike twice.
Okay, guys, lightning doesn't strike twice. Okay, this is how we're going to be ending today's show. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget we are live every day, Monday to Saturday, on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. Thank you for people that joined us on YouTube and the comments and the calls today. Remember, you can go on YouTube and watch this live show on all the live shows we have been talking about throughout the week, throughout past week. I have an amazing content for you there. The handle is at Volt FM Sports. Go there, watch our content. Please like, share, and comment on our content. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Godwin. See you on Monday. Up next is news at 9. Have a lovely day.
And welcome to Volt